Hello guys, my name is Sola and I'm back with another Minecraft video guys. So today I'm going to tell you about the top 6 best swords in Hypixel Skyblock. The aspect of the end does 100 damage and has 100 strength. 5 strength equals 1 damage, so it basically has a base damage of 120. The Golem Sword has 80 damage and 125 strength, so it does 105 damage. Aspect of the end is better in damage-wise, but you can see that the Golem Sword gives you an extra 25 defense. So if you want more defense, choose the Golem Sword. If you want 15 extra damage, choose the aspect of the end. Also, little quick note, I'm not counting enchants because you can add the same enchants weapons and you get the same amount of damage boost. I'm also considering that you have 0 stats because it makes the math a lot simpler. And even if you have like 80% crit chance, it doesn't really change the strength of any weapon. The Golem Sword sells for 153,600 coins if you sell every single material needed to make the Golem Sword. The aspect of the end sells for 113,600 coins if you sell every single item needed to make it. So the aspect of the end is 40,000 coins cheaper. So perhaps the aspect of the end is a better choice for you. It has 150 base damage and 100 strength, or 175 base damage. But there's also an extra 25% more damage to critical hits. Assuming that you didn't have any critical hit damage or critical hit chance before, if you hit a critical hit, it will do 212.5 damage. That is 191.25 damage if you have a 50% critical hit chance. This sells for 737,260 coins if you sell every single item needed to make that sword. The PIGMAN sword has 200 damage and 100 strength, or 220 damage. But the extra 20% critical hit damage makes you do 20% more damage on a critical hit. So if you had no stat boost, it would do 264 damage on a critical hit. The aspect of the dragons does 225 damage plus 100 strength. So that is 245 base damage. So I calculated the critical damage boost and the critical chance boost. I calculated that the PIGMAN sword is better when you have more than a 58% critical hit damage. But it's worse than when you have less than a 58% critical hit damage. So, since the PIGMAN sword gives an extra 5% critical hit chance, the PIGMAN sword is better when you before had 54% critical hit chance, and it is worse when you had less than 54% crit chance. So I think the PIGMAN sword has a slight edge on this one, just because most people have more than a 54% critical hit damage. But if you have less than a 54% critical hit damage, aspect of the dragon is better, so it's pretty much a tie. The PIGMAN sword will sell for 6,144,000 coins if you sell it, and you can easily find aspect of the dragon for 4 million coins to 7 million coins at the auction. So aspect of the dragon may be a lot cheaper if you buy it for a cheap price, but sometimes there are no cheap prices and you just have to buy it for like 7 million. Those, the PIGMAN sword will be cheaper. When you spend 50 million on the MIDAS sword, it does 270 damage and an extra 120 strength. That is a base stat of 294 damage. The $50 million MIDAS sword will obviously cost $50 million. That's a lot of money. The Emerald Blade is an item that gets stronger the more coins you have in your purse. So if you have 160,000 coins, then it will do 220 base damage. If you have 5 million, it will do 268. If you have 25 million, it will be almost as good as a 50 million MIDAS sword. And if you have 100 million, it will be the best sword ever. It will do 400 damage. remember that you will lose half the amount of coins you have if you die. So, in my opinion, Aspect of the End is actually better than the Golem Sword just because it's 40,000 coins cheaper, and that's a lot of coins, so you might want to go for the Aspect of the End over the Golem Sword. Although the PIGMAN Sword, I think, has a slight edge in the damage. I mean, you can choose either one, but I think the Aspect of the Dragons is a lot easier to obtain. So I think Aspect of the Dragons is a better choice for you. But if you've been grinding with pig minions for like a long time, then you should just go for the PIGMAN Sword because you've already grinded up a lot of the pork chops needed. But 1.2 million pork chops is a lot, and I think just getting like 2 Eyes of the End, well, not just regular Eyes of the End, but like the remnant of the End, and also just getting like a good bow is like a lot easier than just grinding 1.2 million pork chops. Also, I wouldn't recommend the $50 million MIDAS sword because Skyblock will probably make an update of a sword that's actually better than the $50 million MIDAS sword and cheaper. I hope you enjoyed my video, and bye!